Welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin if you're new, and I make videos on lifestyle, beauty, and soul. In today's video, I'm going to be getting ready with you guys, coming to you straight from Florida. So I'm going to show you guys some products, get ready with me, and also tell you 25 things I've learned in 25 years because I did turn 25 2 weeks ago, and I've been reflecting a lot on some things that I've learned or am still learning. And so I wanted to incorporate it into a video. I would love it if you guys would give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing. I already put on my foundation, concealer, and some setting powder just to kind of speed things up. But first I'm gonna take some NARS bronzer and just do a little bit of bronzing and contouring. So the first thing that I've learned in 25 years is that you can be in a relationship, you can have all the friends in the world, and you can still be lonely, and that's okay, because loneliness is normal and it's a part of the human condition. And this is something that I've really begun to realize in this pandemic, quarantine season of things. I don't think you really realize how much you rely on like your coworkers and like going to an office, or like, you know, before you were going to an office every day, you were going to high school every day and college every day. So you always had that kind of outlet. And during this pandemic, I have gotten a really good relationship. And I feel like some of my friendships are stronger than ever. Like I have a group chat I talk in like every single day. One of my best friends, Maggie, she lives in North Carolina. I talk to her a ton. My friend Becca, I talk to her all the time. So like I have all of these friends, I have my family, I have my boyfriend, and like still sometimes I'm lonely. And I kind of thought to myself, like, is that not enough? Do I need more friends? Do I need to be more extroverted? You know, like what am I missing from life? And I don't think I'm missing anything. I think it's just normal to feel lonely sometimes, and especially in a season like the pandemic. So if you feel lonely, there's nothing wrong with you. That's just a totally normal thing that everyone really experiences. It just means that you're human. I'm gonna dab some of this Charlotte Tilbury blush on my cheeks. I want a very like rosy look since I'm at the beach. The second thing that I've learned is that you have to live your own life. You have to start living for yourself. No one hits you over the head and says, Caitlin, start living for yourself. You have to start living for yourself today. I was like obsessed with kind of pleasing other people growing up. I think it has a lot to do with my Myers-Briggs type, being an INFJ. I'm very aware of like other people's feelings and expectations for my life. But I started to get to this point in my life where I realized if I never took the chances that I wanted to take, if I never did the things that I wanted to do, I would never do them. I had to take that accountability for my own life. The third thing that I learned is just the importance of healthy eating. I feel like when I was younger, I used to consume so much junk, so much processed foods, and it didn't really affect my weight that much. I was always very physically active, but it just kind of made me feel gross on the inside. So I feel like I've been learning really to kind of eat more foods at home, eat more vegetables and fruits, less carbs, less processed foods, and I'm by no means perfect, but I think that's something that I've definitely been learning, I would say like over the last like 2 years or so. The fourth thing that I've learned is that you have to take risks if you want things to pay off. I was very risk averse growing up, and I think that studying finance has helped me accept more risks. In high school, if someone said, would I have a YouTube channel, and be like okay with it being very, very mediocre and like putting myself out there and not really being successful with it, I would be like, no way, I have to do everything like perfectly. Success always has to follow. But I think it's important to have fun with things, and I think it's also important to just learn how to take risks and take yourself a little bit less seriously. The fifth thing that I've learned is do your makeup for yourself, do your hair for yourself, dress for yourself, don't dress for anyone, don't try to impress them, because the right person will love you for who you are and they won't try to change your appearance. So if you like wearing bright colored clothing, then wear bright colored clothing. the sixth thing that I've learned is how to be more open-minded. And I can attribute this to my friend Savannah and also my boyfriend. I feel like growing up, I would always kind of crave the same things, that routine. I'm a very routine-oriented person. And I feel like since I've known both of them, they've really made me step outside of my comfort zone. My friend Savannah convinced me to go on this trip to Japan and Taiwan, which was amazing. Nick will convince me to try like new foods. Like I tried Thai food with him. I'm supposedly trying Indian food with him in a few weeks. And I think it's just good to be open-minded. It's a good quality. And you never know, you might actually like really like something. I always think about like, oh, it can never be good than what I've already had. It can never be better than what I've already had. Like, don't fix what's not broken. But I think I'm slowly learning to be more open-minded. Something that I'm learning as we speak right now is travel by yourself. Do things for yourself. Like I said before, like I have all these people in my life, but you know, because of coronavirus, because of different circumstances, like I had to go on this trip myself or else I wouldn't go on a trip this year. So I think just kind of get in touch with yourself and don't be afraid of spending time alone. I definitely am an introvert, but at the same time, I really like people and I really value those close friendships. So I never thought I'd be the type of person to take a solo trip, but here I am like doing this for myself. I think there really is a lot of benefit of solo traveling, and the more people I talk to, the more I didn't realize like how common it actually is. It seems like a lot of people that I know have actually solo traveled in the past. This kind of goes along with some of the other ones that I've said, but don't be afraid of failure. Like, be afraid of not trying. I am so proud of myself for some of the things that I've done after college. Like, I'm proud of myself that I took one CPA exam and failed it and realized that's not the direction I wanted my life to go in. I'm proud of myself for writing a book and putting it on Amazon, even though it's kind of a failure because not that many people read it. I'm proud of myself for starting a YouTube channel, even though it might be considered a failure because I've had this channel for like 3 years. I only have like 300 and some subscribers. But don't be afraid of failure. Be afraid of like missing out on the opportunity to be creative or to follow your dreams or to do what you've really wanted to do in your life. I've definitely learned the importance of keeping old friendships and staying in touch with people that I've grown up with, because those are really some of the best friends that you can have. They're people that really know you well and they can say, hey Caitlin, like I don't think this is a good idea for you. And some of my oldest friends, like I don't always talk to them every day, but I know they always have my back and I really cherish their friendship. So if you have, you know, friends from middle school, high school, make sure you hang on to them because that's really important. As you grow older, the more things change, but having those friendships from a young age, that's something that will always kind of be the same. And no matter how much you and your friends grow apart or do different things, kind of reflecting back on your past together is really nice. And it's nice to have people that kind of understand where you came from and who you were. It kind of reminds you of who you are now, if that makes sense. Say you're sorry and take ownership of your mistakes, whether it's at work or in a relationship. I really value like transparency and just like owning up for who you are. And it's not always easy, but I feel like I usually am a person that is motivated to say that I'm sorry if I feel a certain way. And I just think it needs to be said that that's a good skill to have and to use. Kind of going along with that, if you leave an employer or something, always leave on good terms. You never know whenever you may need to call on someone again. Many of you know I left my first job that I got right out of college. I left it because I just got a better opportunity somewhere else. I honestly really liked that job. But did I have like, you know, maybe petty gripes with people or like things that I thought weren't 100% fair that happened to me there? Because I mean, I worked there like a pretty long time, like 2.5 years. Yeah, of course I did. But, you know, I'm really happy that I left on like such good terms with everyone. And they kind of always said that I could come back and continue working there. So I think just, you know, as millennials, we leave jobs a lot. So just always be classy when you leave and make sure you really focus on the positives. Be happy and grateful for the simple things. Some of the most joyous moments in my life have been really simple moments. Even being down here the one night, I was just listening to Taylor Swift music outside of my aunt's porch, and I was just so happy. I thought to myself, Caitlin, if you never achieve anything else again in your life, like, you can just stop and be by yourself and enjoy something as simple as Taylor Swift music and feel like you have it all and feel like you're very happy. And sometimes, like, my mom or like people will make fun of me, like, why are you so excited to get an iced coffee or to go to Disney World or just like do little things like that? And honestly, getting an iced coffee at Starbucks brings me like immense joy. And I wish that everyone could get as excited about that. Maybe I'm weird, but just find immense joy in the little things. That is maybe the most important thing I'm gonna tell you on this video. I'm kind of switching back and forth between this Lorac palette and my Anastasia palette. Listen to your body. This is so cliche, but I feel like kind of in college, I was always on the go. In high school, I was on the go. I like pushed myself to like breaking points, and I still kind of do it now. I don't push my body as much, but I push my mind. And you have to in order to have total health and wellness, you have to give your mind and body a break from things. You can't just keep writing and writing or keep working so hard at school or your job without like snapping. And when you snap, like everything in your life just seems horrible. And I noticed that was kind of happening to me in the pandemic because I've been really productive in the pandemic and I'm really happy with a lot of the things that I've accomplished, but at the same time, you need that mental break. You need a physical break. You need to be listening to your body and mind. And the sooner you learn how to do that, the easier your life will become. And I know if you're like me, if you're an intuitive, generally you're pretty motivated by projects and you like to keep working until things get done, but that's just not feasible. You have to learn how to take care of yourself. Something that I'm still kind of learning is to kind of let go of some of my idealism. I'm a very idealistic person, and I kind of, you know, I have it in my head like what I imagine like the perfect relationship to be or like the perfect job. And I can be like a very picky and critical person. I think that's probably one of the worst things about my personality. And I'm just kind of learning that, you know, that's not real life. If you have something that's really, really good, great even, don't change that. Perfection does not exist. And, you know, this again kind of goes back to what I've said before, but you have to learn to love what you have and to be grateful for what you have and to recognize what a beautiful thing that is. And things are not always meant to be twerked and perfected, and idealism is great in books or like for moving towards your dreams or for motivating yourself, but you know, it's not real life. I'm really glad like my father put that a lot in me growing up. Like, you know, he kind of told me like, you know, I never had this expectation. Like some people, I feel like, you know, they wanted to go to Clemson or like these big fancy universities that cost tons of money that were very prestigious, but my dad never instilled that into me. It was kind of like, you know, you're gonna go to like a good school like around here, around Pittsburgh, but you're not gonna like go out and do something crazy, or like you're not gonna go out and have like this dream job like right outside of college. So I'm really glad he put that expectation in me. And I think now in like dating culture, there's like a lot about like the one or soulmates or whatever, but just don't have such idealistic expectations. They get you further away from the good things and the things that you want. They can make you feel like you don't have it all when in reality you have it all. Forgive people. I tend to think I'm a very forgiving person, and I think that's why I have a lot of old friendships. Because I'm not offended by like people that maybe didn't come to my graduation party, but then we got back in touch after high school, or like if someone slighted me a little bit, I don't get offended about that. Now at the same time, I can get very emotional and like stubborn and like stuck in my ways. But I definitely try to forgive other people and at least understand where they're coming from. And whenever I mess up, I definitely want people to forgive me and give me that grace too. Do more of what you love. There's so much heartache and sadness in the world, and you never know when it could be your last opportunity to do something. I think that's something in quarantine, like it's like, when are we ever gonna go to another concert again? So I'm like really glad that I went to certain concerts. I'm really glad I saw Carrie Underwood last year and Train. So like, do things now, do them for yourself, and don't wait. Buy things that you really want to buy, spend money on things that you really like. It's better to have quality over quantity and experiences that you want instead of a drawer in your desk filled with items that were super clearance, they were super discounted and on clearance. You don't have to do something just because everyone else is doing it. I've been seeing like a lot of people have been going back to like graduate school, like people that I know are getting like certifications, and I kind of feel guilty about that. Like maybe I should go back to get an MBA or a CPA or something. And then I'm like, no, I want to write books. I want to do my own thing. Or like I see a lot of people also getting married and having kids that are my age or slightly older. And that's something I'm not ready for. Like that's something I want in my life, but not within these next like 3 years. That's not something that I'm looking to do. So everyone has their own timeline. Do your own thing. You don't have to do what everyone else does. I think the same thing with me living at home. Like a lot of people I know don't live at home, but I've honestly saved so much money. I have almost all of my student loans paid off. I have a good portion of my car paid off, and I've also been able to like experience life without, racking up debt or compromising my savings goals. So I have a great relationship with my parents. It might not be the cool thing to do to live at home, but it's definitely been a good choice for me right now at this point in my life. Be proud of yourself and give yourself credit for how far you've come. I'm bad at this. I'm always thinking about the next best thing. I'm always thinking ahead, thinking that I need to do more. But I need to stop and be like, Caitlin, like that's great that you got 2 articles published this year on a major online publication. That's great that you're in a serious relationship right now. You don't always have to be thinking about the next steps. Just kind of enjoy your progress and live in the moment. Get more sleep. I am learning this. I'm really bad at going to bed on time. I always want to do 100 different things, and this is something I'm working on in the future, but your body needs sleep. You're a better person when you get sleep. Support other women. I'm so thankful for all of you women that support my channel here. And I think that's a great thing. I think that I would have thought maybe in college it was kind of corny to support other women online, but I'm really glad that I've made a lot of these friendships on YouTube and Instagram. And sometimes, the other women, they don't return the favor, or they think you're weird and corny or whatever, but it's always nice to extend that out into the world, even if it doesn't come back to you in that exact moment. Stand up for what you believe in. If you have this vision or ideal for your life or relationship, don't ask anyone for permission to live it. It might not be cool, it might not be what other people are doing, but if you believe in it, then you should act upon it. I just had to get my lipstick. Gonna put on some Dose of Colors lipstick. The final thing that I've learned in my 25 years is to enjoy your life. Enjoy the lipstick that you wear, the coffee you drink, the people you hang out with. Don't take life so seriously. You don't have to have it all figured out today. You don't have to have your dream career, your dream relationship, or your dream car. You don't have to make tons of money to enjoy life. You don't have to have a 4.0 to enjoy life. You don't have to make $100,000 a year to enjoy life. You can enjoy life right now by yourself. Live your best life every single day. And I think that's the most important thing I'm going to leave you with. I hope you guys enjoyed this chatty get ready with me. Let me know, what are some things that you've learned, no matter what stage you are in your life. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.
Every time